嗨嗨嗨！欢迎大家来到果果的新闻频道。本期重要看点，家人们，炸裂新闻啊！中国阅兵直接搞成了科幻大片现场。我们的老朋友印度甲亢姐来现场报道啦！刚才刷到北京大阅兵，甲亢姐的下巴直接掉地上，她激动地说：“他们居然把激光武器、机器狗扛枪、AI 智能坦克全部拉上，吓人啊！” DF-26D 关岛杀手导弹明晃晃对准太平洋，还有能打12000公里的 DF-61， 这简直是把全球快递写在脸上。但你说这些黑科技到底是真的还是特效？为什么第六代战机藏着不出来？中国到底是想吓唬谁呢？今天甲亢姐就带你们扒开这场星际争霸式阅兵背后的真相。系好安全带，全程高能，请看前方发来的。
Military parades are usually about pride, pomp, and pageantry. In Beijing, they're also about flexing power. Like you saw, China rolled out its biggest ever military parade. Tiananmen Square turned into a showroom for weapons, lasers, AI-powered tanks, underwater drones, robot wolves, and missiles meant to catch Washington's eye. So what exactly did Beijing put on display, and why does it matter? Let's break it down for you, starting with lasers. That's number one. Lasers, they were one of the big surprises. The first to roll past was the LY-1. In today's parade, it was mounted on trucks, but the state media said it's been designed for aircraft carriers. And its job is quite simple: carry out precision strikes that can burn through drones or anything small and fast. Then came the high-energy laser. It was also mounted on a truck, and this too was designed for anti-drone operations rather. Beijing framed it as part of a layered defense system meant to take down swarms of drones. And why does it matter? Because drones are the cheap, disposable, and effective weapon of the moment. From Ukraine to West Asia, drones have changed warfare. And these lasers give China a potential counter, a way to knock down thousands of flying threats. Highlight number two, the smart tank. China showed off the Type-100 tank. The state media called it highly intelligent. So what's the USP? Well, unlike its predecessor, this one comes with augmented reality technology, plus some of these support vehicles were topped with quadcopter drones. These are meant to spot and hit targets in real time. Highlight number three is missiles. And there were way too many of them. For the first time, China publicly displayed its full nuclear missile triad, which means it now has nuclear weapons that can be launched from land, sea, and air. That's a nuclear triad. Land, sea, air. You cover all three. And here's the lineup. There is the DF-61, a new solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM. DF-61. It has a range of 12,000 kilometers, which means it can hit almost anywhere on Earth. Then there's the DF-5C, another ICBM capable of carrying up to 10 nuclear warheads, and each warhead can hit a different city. Next, there's the DF-26D. It is called the Guam Killer. That's because it is built to target US bases in the Pacific. And there were many more. Together, this collection makes up the backbone of China's deterrence strategy. Aircraft carriers are flashy and expensive. Missiles are faster to build and cheaper. And that's the point that China is trying to drive home. It does not need to match the US ship for ship. It just needs enough missiles to make American ships look vulnerable. If the missiles were the muscle, the robots were the flex. There were robot dogs fitted with cameras and gun turrets. Robot wolves were also present. These are meant for reconnaissance and logistics. So none of this is science fiction anymore. Beijing is showing that traditional warfare is indeed changing. Also, parades are not just about offense, they're also about defense. On number 5 of our list is China's latest anti-missile system. It's called the HQ-29. It's a high-altitude interceptor that can shoot down ballistic missiles, and that too outside the Earth's atmosphere. At least that's what Beijing claims. Think of it as their version of the US THAAD system. Alongside was the HQ-9C, an improved surface-to-air missile system modeled after Russia's S-300. Together, these systems suggest that Beijing is working on its own missile defense shield. And finally, it was the air power. The air show was flashy but predictable. More than 100 planes were present, including the J-20 stealth fighter and the YY-20 refueling aircraft. Do you know what wasn't there? The rumored 6th-generation prototypes, the J-36 and the J-50. Photos of these have leaked online before, but Beijing decided not to show them off, and their absence was louder than the flyover itself. But what's the larger point again that Beijing is trying to make? We can think of 3 things. Number 1, China is trying to influence history. Remember, this event was about World War II, to celebrate the 80th anniversary of Japan's surrender in the war. It showed China and Russia as the victorious powers. 1. The second point is this. Drones and AI are at the heart of Beijing's military future. From robot dogs to autonomous tanks, China is making it a crucial part of warfare. And point 3, it's as much about politics as power. Xi Jinping was joined by Putin, Kim Jong-un, and others, so the parade was much more than a weapons show. It was a sales pitch and a diplomatic signal, which brings us to the question that must be asked today. Does all this hardware actually work as advertised? Because, I repeat, much of it remains untested. All the information that we have about these Chinese weapons comes from the state media.
精彩视频看完了，家人们谁懂啊？中国这场阅兵简直离谱到像开了外挂，这哪里是真人在走正步，这根本是 AI 建模啊！精密机器人方对吧？每一帧画面都强迫整齐到可怕。镜头拉远根本就是复制粘贴啊！但最让甲亢姐破防的不是他们的纪律性，是那些科幻到不像话的武器啊！激光武器直接搬上卡车，专治各种无人机不服，智能坦克配上 AI 眼镜和无人机蜂群，打游戏都没这么炫。最吓人的是导弹 DF-61 射程12000公里，全球点名指哪打哪。关岛杀手 DF-26D 摆明是针对漂亮国基地啊！他们甚至搞出了核三位一体，前射陆基、空基、核打击全部到位，这升级速度啊，堪比氪金玩家。还有机器狗扛枪巡逻，机器狼搞后勤，斗争被中国彻底改写成科幻片片场。但说真的，这印度老姐一边羡慕到眼红，一边又酸的牙痒。这些武器到底是不是真如宣传那么神啊？看的简直是真的是惊掉下巴了。但心理这一块啊，中国是赢麻了，心理战这块中国赢麻了。就算是这样的阵容，全世界独一无二啊，让全世界的人看了晚上都睡不着觉。中国把这阅兵搞得简直是棒棒的，还搞了一个外交联谊会，普京在场边鼓掌啊，东南亚、非洲领导排排坐。这真的是世纪大阅兵啊，也是秀肌肉现场啊！印度啥时候能这样又飒又科技又霸气？甲亢姐说算了算了，先去喝杯玛莎拉压压惊吧，她都怕了。谢谢大家观看，喜欢请点赞、评论加订阅，你的支持是我最大的动力。比心，明天见，拜拜。